Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. Lion Mark here with another exciting, delighting and much interesting video here on the channel. So this is coming from His Excellency Mr. Peter Obi. Mind you, this is actually not a video, but is a live space section on X. Yes, you know the space section on X, and yes, it was actually covered by Parallel News. You know, they are actually, I should say, one of the biggest obedient movement on X, and yes, His Excellency Peter Obi was one of their guests, where he shared a lot of things, a lot of key points. If he's given the opportunity to rule this country, he even talked about him not being ready to go for a second tenure. If he can rule Nigeria for like 4 years, he will select another rightful leader and put in place, and walk away, retire as a politician. He gave a lot of amazing points yesterday, so I won't say much. I'll just allow you listen by yourself and pick out those key points. Take notes of those key points from this very prominent leader. Please don't forget to subscribe if you're new here. Drop a comment, guys.
You to serve one term and hand over to the North. Would you be ready to return power later? Please, sir, you can just answer this, and then
Okay,
on the back end, we'll get back to you.
I'll be very quick. What I've been lacking in our political space is issue to do with character and integrity. Character is what defines a human being. Integrity is what goes to show that he means well. If you take the arrangement, which is understandably what you can call an unwritten agreement, is that our power will go soft and not. And if that arrangement is to be followed strictly, I didn't put that arrangement, but if you follow it strictly, you will see that anybody, not just me, who happen to come from the South as president in 2027 must be ready to leave on the 28th, not 29th of May 2031. I didn't say 29, 28. And if you know me, I campaigned for zoning. I championed zoning in Anambra State. That is one of the reasons today some people felt we must deal with this man. I insisted on it, I maintained it, and I followed it to the letter till the last minute. Until today, I still follow it religiously in that state. Let me assure you, my character and integrity is far more important to me. Just like I'm not desperate to be president of Nigeria, if I have opportunity and the agreement is for 2 years, I'll work for 2 years. In 2 years, I will be able to bring competency, capacity, and compassion into governance. The things are happening today that as president, it will not happen under my watch. So you can take that to the back and say, I told you so. Not
Thank you very much.
I would be there on 29th of May. I will 28th. In Anambra State.
As at April 2025, President Tinubu had spent 59 days on 8 trips to France. He has done 20 trips out of the country as at January of 2025. He is currently in St. Lucia after coming back from a holiday in Lagos after another holiday in France. A very simple question for you, sir. How do you balance? You've been very vocal about criticizing Tinubu's foreign trips overseas. The presidency says it's to bolster international relations. How do you balance staying at home in Nigeria, settling your domestic issues, and going overseas? And where do you think the current government is doing it wrong, especially vis-a-vis
Let me
this
tell
current
you,
trip to St. Lucia? Thank you, sir.
let me tell you, nobody takes you serious internationally, and you can't have a strong international relationship if you do not have strong domestic and a stable government. I've said it before that St. Lucia is a country with a size of 617 square kilometers. 617 square kilometers. Nigerian 10th largest city is Ilorin. Ilorin is 765 square kilometers. So Ilorin is about 25% more in size than St. Lucia. St. Lucia is a country with 180,000 people. 180,000 people. That is the size of the population of St. Lucia. The population, if you take it, if you compare it with the population of most of our capitals, which I've compared in my tweet, you will see that it is about a third, like I said, a third of a city like Mina, or to even bring it closer to Lagos. St. Lucia is 180,000 persons. Ajegunle in Lagos is 500 over 540. So Ajegunle is 3 times more populated than St. Lucia. In terms of economy, you cannot compare. I'm just talking about Ajegunle. So in terms of the economy, it is just about probably $2 billion, which is about 1% of our country. So I don't know what the Lagos State alone GDP. I can tell you would be at least 10 over 10 times 20 that of St. Lucia. So I do not see what is going to St. Lucia to do in terms of it, if it's going to be attracting or talking about the economy of Nigeria. I can understand if it was going to Indonesia, a country of a size of 270 million people. And we have an economy we need to emulate. As Professor Lewis, renowned Professor Lewis, wrote a book. He wrote Growing Apart. He compared Nigeria and Indonesia. People said or the people in government said they went there for cultural heritage because most 180,000 people living in Indonesia, in St. Lucia, are supposed to be have a affinity from us. Maybe they were slaves or this or Nigeria. Come on. People are dying here. In the past few years, we probably have lost about solution in terms of deaths. If we are to go by record released that was denied, but people are dying daily here. I have said and I keep saying it again, the leaders of Nigeria today should sit down and face Nigeria. Above all, you're going to spend 8 days. He left on Saturday. He's going to spend about a week in St. Lucia. President Tinubu have never spent a night in any of our states except Lagos in 2 years. And you're going to a place that is smaller than the 10 biggest states in Nigeria. All the far way to St. Lucia. When he could not do 20 minutes journey to Mina, to be able to go to Niger State, where we lost over 200 people and over 1,000 missing. It is not about talking about or complaining about holidays, but complaining that this governance requires compassion. That's all we're asking.
Thank you, Your Excellency. Toasting, please go ahead with your question.
All right, thank you, Gloria. His Excellency, all Nigerians looking forward to hearing from you regarding coalition. And my first question tonight is, recent reports suggested you were close to a joint ticket with Atiku Abubakar for 2027, but your supporters rejected that. Can you please clarify where you stand, running solo or as a part of a coalition, and how you plan to move forward?
That I'm close to what?
He wants you to repeat.
Yes, that you are close to a joint ticket with Atiku Abubakar for 2027.
Where did you get that from? It's not a question of my people rejecting. Let me tell you now. In the coalition, we have never discussed about tickets. You have heard me say it again. In the coalition, and I repeat it, I'm involved in the coalition. And I'm involved there. We're not talking about who will have the ticket or not. If the coalition is about going to take power, just for power's sake, count me out of it. If the coalition cannot be about how we stop the killing in Boronu, in Zamfara, in Benue, how we secure our country, how we ensure that our people have food on the table, how our enemies can thrive, how our industries can be productive, count me out of it. I want to see Nigeria work. Not that I want to be president of Nigeria and waste everybody's time. People have wasted people's time enough here. I want to see the president of Nigeria that will know there's a crisis in Benue and go there and stay overnight and cry and feel their pain. Go there and attend the mass burial of those people. I say it will not happen again in our country. When I was governor, people were killed in the north, the movie. They brought them to Adasi, 10 bodies. I showed them the government. I was in their burial. Because that is for me should not happen. People have accused me, even me, that they found some people in the river in Nigeria. They forget I was overseas. When those people were found, I turned back, canceled everything I'm doing, came back here, got involved in it. Federal government of Nigeria set up a panel and said it's not a state matter. Yes, I did everything possible to ensure that listen, but there's a bit I can control. Go and ask anywhere where there has been issue in Anambra State. I was there physically. And I want the president do that. I want to see a situation where a government north like Zulum will say this will not happen and we will not move there. Anybody who wants to serve should be able to put even in the life for the life of Nigerians. How many people will die before we say we are at war? We are a nation at war, and we will fight that war head on. Our soldiers are dying. What are we prioritizing? On the day 17 soldiers died in Abuja, sorry, Niger State, and we're talking about it. Our leaders are commissioning what's up? We're talking. We have a plan. And that confidence to work. And that's what I'm saying. With this level of debt, I will not be traveling abroad to attract even foreign investors. We are at war. What is happening in Ukraine is what is happening here. We see the way the Ukrainian president is looking, very interested and talking, where is the national concern to fight this war? Head on.
Hello, Your Excellency. I think we're losing you a little bit. Can you hear us, sir? Yeah, it's sounding a little faint. I don't know if you're far away from the speaker area. Or the part of the phone where you speak.
Everything is on. Maybe the people
Okay.
are common on this one.
Yeah, it's clearer now, sir. Thank you. Go ahead, sir.
I don't know where I stopped. Because since you said it, they're not listening. They're not hearing. I don't know where I stopped.
We heard everything you said. It was just a little faint, but you can go on, sir. You stopped exactly where you.
Finish that particular question.
Okay. Thank you so much, sir. All right, guys, please ensure that you use the hashtag Peter Obi on Parallel Facts. We have over 12,000 people on this space and counting, and so far we don't have enough retweets. Please go ahead and retweet this space. It's very important. We're trying to get this word out there. All you have to do is click on the arrow. Look at the screen right now. Click on the arrow at the top of the space. Select the option that says share via post. When you select that option, it allows you share it on your post. And that's not the only option. You can DM it to somebody. Just ensure that you're sharing this space. Ensure that that hashtag Peter Obi on Parallel Facts keeps trending. We appreciate you doing all you can. Charles, you have the microphone. Hello, Charles.
Yes, sorry, I'm here. Thank you.
Okay, go ahead, please.
Okay, thank you so much, Your Excellency. Thank you for joining us tonight. Yes, the first question based on the Gen Z aspect. So, it's on the media aspect. Looking at the obedient movement, being rich in talent globally, especially in branding, media, and IT. So, how do you intend on strengthening the structure of communication, in the obedient movement, considering the level and the capacity and the talent, the enormous talent that we have, in the movement right now. How do you intend on strengthening that, on strengthening the media structure, of the movement? Thank you.
How do you want me to strengthen the listening? You see, I listened to one of the people who were talking. I listened to one of the people who were making comments. I think it was Ibrahim. He said, Some people in the obedient movement think, oh, this is like about bit of this business. It is how do we strengthen it? We're a team. We're working as a team. And you are saying to me, how do I intend to strengthen it? It is for those who have knows. For me, we are doing whatever we can do in the media. But for those who have more, who feel we're not doing well, to come up with suggestions. So I don't think this is not about. When you ask me questions about governance and what I should be doing as a president, I answered you. But when you're talking about what do I do to strengthen communication, or the only thing I can do to communicate is personally that I make myself available to be able to speak like I'm doing now, make myself available to do this. But if there's any other thing that is required to strengthen it, I need your conversation, I need your advice. Because I don't know everything. There are things I learn. So those who know can make their suggestions and everything. It is about all of us coming together for our country. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Excellency. And speaking of
One
Ibrahim,
question.
oh, was somebody about to? Oh, go ahead, Charles. Were you about to say something?
Thank you. Apologies. Apologies. Sir, Your Excellency, I'd like to just ask this question because last year, yeah, in the beginning of this year, I was even supposed to run for a local government, position in Lagos State, but I couldn't, push forward because of the whole party, issues and all that, and considering the fact that you are still in Labour Party, the last interview, you mentioned that as it stands, you're still in Labour Party. Sir, please, I'd like you to, give us a headway, because, we just recently, Dr. Mo, who is close to you, also just emerged as the candidate of,
I'm not hearing you again.
Okay. All right. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and ask this question now. Looks like we lost Charles there. But speaking of Ibrahim, sir, I asked him this question earlier. Critics and even some of your supporters have described you as too calm, as too measured in a country that's facing deep crisis. For instance, at Emmanuel_June wrote, "Good day, His Excellency, hashtag Peter Obi on Parallel Facts. I have trust in your leadership and believe in your selfless leading. But you're a man of non-violence. How are Nigerians sure that 2027 will not be business as usual as far as this political game is concerned? And the next step is we should go to court. After that, everything ends there. So I'm asking you, sir, are you ready to be louder and more forceful when necessary based on what some of your supporters actually want you to do?"
Well, let me tell you what my supporters tell me. We will do things differently in 2027. We will not be violent, but we will make sure that the vote in every booth counts. If our people in every booth had insisted and done the right thing, we wouldn't even get to Abuja before the election is concluded. So let's do things properly first, and that we are trying to put together. And I assure you, we will put it together. That's where we want to be. We want to make sure everything is ready done first before we get to Abuja to be able to insist on the right thing. We will make sure we get it right before we get to a stage where we are not going to be violent, but we are going to be strict that the right thing will be done. And I assure you will see it happen. Because you will ensure that people are in every booth and are not going to allow what happened before to happen. And that is where we will start.
Thank you,
All
sir.
right. Can
Go
I?
ahead,
Okay.
M6. Go
All
on.
right. Hello, sir. Bola Tinubu has made us understand how quickly you can further destroy a nation in a very short time. One gaffe speech at his inauguration literally blew up inflation in seconds. On the flip side, good governance from Alex Otti has also shown us that 24 years of decadence in a state can literally be fixed in the same 2 years that Tinubu has given us ineffectual leadership. I'm asking a simple question, sir. Give me 3 things you would look into or take serious in your first 100 days in office. Because I need you to understand that when you get into power in 2027, for instance, you literally will have no time and Nigerians will be on a shorter fuse with you than they possibly were with Buhari and or Tinubu. So in 100 days, what will be 3 things you would focus on that Nigerians will start to feel better when you get into power? Thank you, sir.
It's very simple. You bring civility and order in governance. How from day one prioritize security of life and property. Prioritize critical areas of the measuring development, which is education, health, and pulling people out of poverty. And you said to me, no, that is not achievable, not that something you can start from day one. How do you prioritize them? You start by cutting the cost of governance and ensuring that resources are being rechanneled as quickly as possible to these areas. You start by ensuring that you fight corruption head on from day one. From day one, if you have zero tolerance on your own for corruption, your family and everybody are not involved. You start channeling resources into critical areas. And it's not something you can go far away to know how it was done. That is what I did in my state. That is what led to my impeachment. Because the people didn't understand what I was doing. Because from day one, I started cutting cost of governance. From day one, I've done it in every folder where I showed 3 reasons why I was impeached. Refurbishing office, refurbishing my lodge, ensuring that Anambra State, under my watch, does not have a governor's lodge in Abuja. Shutting down office of First Lady, using in my first 1 year, the cost of my travel was less than 20% of what was budgeted. I can go on and on. And then went into securing the state, which was very tough. For the first 2 years, it was tough. Very, very tough. For me, I must say that. Going into education, again, it was tough. Going into pursuing areas of health and rural roads in order to open up to fight poverty When people talk about me and poverty, I can only say, go and listen to Magnus Pakol that was in charge of fighting poverty. Go and check my records from European Union to UNICEF to UNDP. At least that is better spelled that in 7 years, because that's 1 year I wasn't there, in 7 years, we are the best state in Millennium Development Goals. We started 8 years before we joined. So there's no hanging fruit. For example, somebody said now, whether I'm still in Labour Party, what they can do. If I'm involved, one of the things I must be able to do to bring about stability in our polity is to ensure we have a strong opposition, very strong opposition, that the state will ensure it functions well, supported well. The party must be supreme. The party is more important. We need parties and make it be worthwhile. I'll be respectful and be able to show that we bring in changes that will make our opposition strong. I will fight for proportional representation in the parliament so that the opposition can be stronger, and I'll consult them. Because about nation building, you will see it happen. In other places, it happen.
Hello, Your Excellency. We're losing you, sir. Okay. It just sounded faint a little bit.
Are you hearing me?
Yes, it's clearer now, sir.
Yes, go ask them in Anambra State. I work with opposition. You can go ask ACN, which is the party that our president had then in Lagos. Go and ask Governor Fashola when they came to Anambra State to campaign for Governor Chris Ngige. I gave them my staff vehicles to go for that campaign. I provided them with security to go and campaign. In the election I'm running, Chris Ngige's campaign against me. Against the campaign. Go and ask Governor Juzo. When he came to campaign for his party, Sauche Kunife, it was me who gave the lunch after the campaign. He granted press conference in front of me, saying that I've done well, that Uche is coming to repress me. I was standing beside him as he was doing that press conference. I gave them the vehicle to come and do that campaign. I can go on and on. When Obasanjo came to Anambra State to campaign for Njuba, I went with him to the campaign. And they were announcing that I'm going to go. I didn't quarrel with them. My House of Assembly, because it was PDP, under Obasanjo, vote of confidence against me. I said I'm not doing well. I didn't quarrel with them. When I was impeached, I came back from impeachment. They said the speaker must go. I said he must not go. Everybody said you're crazy. I said no. We must have stability. People have right to oppose you. You must build a system that works. That's what I want to see at national level, where I can call the opposition leader and phone and say, we have a crisis in this country. Come, let's discuss how we are going to solve it. And we start solving it. That's leader. That's what it should be. People criticize me every day. Even people who are younger than my children, and I call them on the phone and say, how are you? I like what you said. And go on. It is not that when somebody says something, oh, the man is useless. So that is what I'm saying.
Thank you, Your Excellency. We will be bringing speakers up shortly, but we'll just take a question from the panel before we do that. Mommy B, are you ready?